Hey, good morning, everybody. We have a lot to talk about, including the fact that it's September now. I hope you're getting ready for all the fall. Plus, a fake high school was featured on ESPN. Ed Asner passed away, which is sad. Gene Simmons is out with COVID, and there's Kiss concerts that are canceled. This is the Morning Laugh.
Hello, everybody. We are excited to have another show coming to you right now, live from the studios that I'm in here. Before I bring the other guys on, I have about a half an hour to waste, and I just want to talk to you guys about some things that are important to me. Oh, okay. They're kind of freaking out now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring one of them on. Here's Brian Kohatsu, everybody.
Hi.
Sorry. Brian, you're in charge, not me.
Such a smooth transition there. So good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
I noticed you have your bass guitar in the back there. I didn't know you played. Is that a bass guitar or is that just a regular electric guitar?
It's a regular electric guitar. It's actually my son Austin's. It's been sitting here for quite some time. I cannot play it.
All right.
I can play part of dueling banjos. That's all I know.
Oh, well, technically you're in violation. It has to be a banjo.
Well, dueling banjos was one guitar and one banjo, at least in the movie.
True.
Yeah.
Which again is a violation.
It's true. All right. Well, I hope I'm just going to kind of tease this. We'll talk about it later, but did you have fun on your show during this last weekend, Brian?
I did have a very fun show with all of you guys.
All right.
And it was a fun weekend.
Let's bring Josh Novey on.
Hey, what? Mike, I didn't know that you didn't play guitar. I thought this whole time that you play guitar.
No.
And I was like, oh, we're going to start a cool Christian rock band.
Nope.
Guess not.
First of all, there's no such thing as a cool Christian rock band.
Oh, yeah? What about Striper?
I do not play. I could strum. If you told me where to put my fingers and tell me how often to strum, I'm good.
So do my kids, though. Like, they don't have to.
A lot of bands were discovered that way, Mike.
I bet, yeah.
Just do this.
All
right. Well,
that's it. That's all of us, right? There's no one else.
I want to get right into it because I am interested in talking about our show. You know what we can do? Let's go ahead and bring Chris on anyway, even though I don't know what he's going to add.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris Boom Boom Washington.
Christopher.
I get that I'm not here half the season, but that doesn't mean that you just exclude me in general. That's offensive.
Yeah, well, we didn't know what the rules were.
I'm here. Glad to be here. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so happy.
So here's the issue we have during this show. There are four of us, and we all have exciting things to share, so we tend to overtalk a little. And so I decided I'm going to add this for when I have something to say. I'm just going to do this so that everybody realizes it's my turn to talk. There.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Are you saying a sign that says, please shut up?
Yeah,
well, everybody shut up. Is that what that
everybody
sign?
Shut up. I'm trying to say something.
Yes, I love it.
So we had a show this last weekend. Is actually the reason I'm so excited about it isn't because we never have shows. It's because this is actually the first show of the beginning of a tour that we're starting, our Generationally Funny tour. Mm-hmm. Go to generationallyfunny.com for more information. And I was just excited. It was a big success. We had a lot of people show up to it, and it was a lot of fun. What did you guys think of it?
It was great. We had to add chairs even.
We did.
Like minutes before the show.
We had to add chairs backstage for some of the people that we brought along.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean for the audience. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was weird how many groupies we had, which I thought was odd for a church. But,
it's a thing.
Most of them for Mike and I were all in their 60s. Yeah. Or as they say, well into their 60s.
Yeah.
That's true. You guys invented groupies. You guys invented the whole idea of groupies, okay?
And then we later invented groupies.
They invented groups. Before then, people were just wandering around by themselves. And they're like, and then Brian was like, "Hey, everyone, do you think that we should just, come closer?"
Bam.
That's what identifies a group, people standing close to each other.
Yeah. It was a fun show.
Well, it was a fun show. I think that we have something special. I don't want to say it out loud, but I think that we have a really good show, and I think that we have a lot more to give the world before we all die of COVID next week. So,
Brian, your volume seems to be down a little bit. I'm not sure why, which is the only reason Josh talked right over you like that.
Yeah, that's the only reason. It's not because I don't appreciate what his thoughts are on the world, or I have no respect for him or anything like that. It's just because he's so quiet.
Brian.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you. It just seemed, for some reason, it seemed a little low. But
Somewhere along, I got muted again. Am I okay now?
Yeah.
It's been going on the last few weeks. I don't know.
So, Brian, how did you feel about the show? What were your thoughts?
I thought it was good. I mean, I think the crowd seemed to be very responsive, and they were smiling when they left. And everything I've heard since the show follow-up has been great from people. And yeah, I think everybody killed it. I thought we had a really good, solid show all the way around.
I did too. I think most people I talked to in person were just thrilled with it. They said it was the best time they've had in a long time, and it was really great. I will say I received a written review of the show, which was very positive, but it just felt very sterilized. It was all 4 performers made me laugh. It was good, which was fine. I mean, it was positive, and I it depends on the inflection you use when you say that. But it was just funny reading that. I thought, okay, I've heard better, but okay.
I think when it comes to AI reviews, that was one of the better ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the last one was like frog donkey.
I thought the punctuation was weird because I thought they were all question marks. All 4 people made me laugh. I had fun.
No, it was a great show. So, yeah. Josh, you as you were brought on, you said something, or before the show started, you kind of pre-introduced everything, and you said something about the fall. What were you? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, well, that wasn't me. That would
Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. I meant Chris.
That's Josh over there.
Yeah. And that's
Josh.
Chris.
Yeah.
Names are hard.
Josh,
and then that's
Josh, Chris.
That's
Josh, Chris. Got it.
Mike, do you need help? You're good. You all right?
All right. So,
Mike,
Josh,
do you smell toast?
So, Josh, you have zucchini shirts that you're trying to peddle. No, wait.
Absolutely. I'm trying to peddle this. Actually, check this out. Ready? I'm very excited about these. I got them in. I was supposed to get them in before the show. These are church fans that are also Frisbees. And they say, see you in heaven.
I do declare.
You have no idea how excited I am for these. I have a lot of them. And
they work really well, because when you did that, I heard it on your microphone.
Yeah. And then it's ready. Oh man, that's just too big. I can't carry that around with me. What's that? And it has a pouch.
Now it becomes a slightly smaller disc. Chris.
Yes, sir.
I meant to ask you what your thoughts on the fall were, because you mentioned that before the show started.
I did. We must talk about it. I know the official day of fall is like September 22nd or something. I think it's the 24th. It doesn't matter. The point is, the fall starts now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this podcast, you have just been pushed into the fall because you're hanging out with me. And one thing, so I love the holidays, fall's included. And what that means is it's not just the weather, even though it's like 1,000 degrees here in Phoenix, it's the snacks. I'm going to show you some of my favorite snacks I'll eat with my chai tea. Okay. This is pumpkin vanilla chai tea. That's right. Judge me. Okay. Here we go. This, my friends, is called a mini Stroop waffle. It has caramel in the middle. And when you're done with that, you can, of course, go to a classic, which is a little tiny cup filled with.
At first glance, that looked like a tiny cup filled with some sort of medication.
No, it's candy corn. and then we go into a half-eaten, only because I already ate it before I started the show, pumpkin cream cheese cookie. This is pumpkin cream cheese. Welcome to fall. And then you can finish it off with beautiful maple cream cookies with 100% maple. And so basically, this is what I do every morning now. During the fall, I just get all this sugar put into my system before the day starts.
I'm jotting all this down so when the doctor and the coroner show up,
I am
can tell
always
them what it was.
baffled when products include terms like 100% maple, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That is not 100%. If it was 100% maple, it would just be a gooey mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's a product that contains 100% maple, which
Maybe
I don't understand what that means. It contains some maple apparently because it doesn't contain just maple.
No, but as far as when you're talking about maple, it's 100%. See,
I think if you read the label, it may say with an asterisk, may contain maple.
Isn't all maple contain 100% maple plus whatever else?
Yes, you're right. That's a good point.
So I don't get it.
Well, I guess
it's like products that say they're good for the environment. I always think, wait, they're not good for the environment. If you buy this floor cleaner, it's not going to suck pollution out of the air.
I have a
bad
question
for the environment, but it's not good for the environment.
Right.
At best, it's indifferent to the environment.
I have a question for Mr. Nevernude. And do you, when you are eating those little cookies,
who wrote this? I didn't even see my name.
When you're eating those little cookies, do you ever pretend that you're a giant who's eating a waffle?
That would be my follow-up too.
That's what I would do.
Who changed my name this morning?
Chris, stop dwelling on your name and answer the question.
I didn't even notice. I was too busy focusing on.
Stop dwelling on your name and answer the question, Chris.
Okay. Yes, I would like to pretend to be a giant, but I'm an adult. Okay, I have responsibilities now. I'm mature enough to not call myself never nude and to eat a darn stroop waffle like an adult.
So let me ask you just a follow-up question to everything you said with all the foods that you mentioned. Does it help if you're dressed like a pumpkin?
Are you referring to my beautifully gorgeous orange sweater? Because
orange sweater. I was going to call it an autumn sweater, but sure, we can call it what it is.
It's orange autumn, whatever you want. Yeah. I'm very happy. Listen, I'll tell you right now, and you guys watching the show, you can comment. Who looks happier this morning, me or the three losers that don't have candy corn and stroop waffles at their house? Exactly.
Oh, I'm an adult. I have candy corn in my kitchen right now.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You better.
My wife uses it. But I tell you what, you know who loves it in this house is my dog. It's like dog crack. My dog will do anything, and he doesn't do tricks, but he does tricks for absolutely like sit. Like Jake, roll over. He figures it out because of candy corn.
I limit myself to one piece of candy corn a year because that's as far as I can get. I'm like, I always see it. I'm like, oh, that looks so good. And then I have it. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I forget. But then like a year later, I go, oh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
And then I eat it. No, it's not.
You know, you need to plant one in the backyard because they're much better when they're organic.
Yeah. Fresh candy corn.
Yeah, they're fresh in season right now, which is a bit early. So.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And so man, Chris, is this your favorite season of the year?
No, this is my favorite preseason. Christmas is my favorite season.
I think we've been through this enough to know.
Yeah,
that's right. Because
I'm obsessed, man. Basically, here's the thing. I've realized I don't care about the spring and I don't like the summer. I love fall and Christmas. This is my time, everybody. King Kong's got nothing on me. Okay.
You said the same thing in July about Christmas in July.
I know, and I was very happy for a minute.
Okay.
You say a lot of things, Chris.
I hope so. I better. It's great.
Anyway, Chris thinks he's an adult. We'll go with that.
I hope so. Yeah. I don't know. Are you guys not feeling the fall already? I mean,
it rained yesterday. Yesterday it was 112,000 degrees here. Today it rained. So
today
I guess I'm feeling a little fall-ish, but I mean, just a couple days ago it was scorching hot.
Oh, did it? So it was supposed to rain today over here, and it was supposed to be 88 degrees, but it didn't rain, and so it's just hot and humid over in my area. I don't know about y'all.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you got me laughing for so many different behind-the-scenes reasons. But yes, it was raining.
You didn't get rain, Josh? Is that what you said, or you did?
No, we got rain yesterday, but then today it's just hot and humid, and so it was supposed to be rainy and I think 85 or 86 degrees, and I was so looking forward to it, but no
lies.
Yeah, that's what Arizona does, just lies to you all the time.
It's
Like,
full of
we're gonna get
lies.
all this rain and nothing.
It's Liza Minnelli. That's the kind of lies it is.
That's a lot. That's some heavy duty lying.
Mm-hmm.
Liza Minnelli.
Here's what I want to know from everybody. While we'll still move on, but those who are watching, comment like, what's your favorite season, and then what's your favorite thing to eat in the fall? Boom, done.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
So we have a few things to discuss as far as the real world. ESPN's had some problems lately. I saw one story earlier where, well, first of all, there's a fake high school featured on ESPN.
Yeah, what's up with
Did you guys read the story?
This is absolutely bonkers. I don't know if you read up on this story. So this is it was supposed to be an online high school who helped underprivileged teenagers. And they were, apparently they told ESPN that they had a number of D1 commits in their roster. And apparently that number is 0. So it turns out, so this guy, by the way, the head coach of this program, I want to find his name. If I don't know.
That's where the real, I think that's where the real saga was, is that head coach was nefarious in some way.
Yeah, he has an active warrant out for fraud before the game. By the way, he had an active warrant out for fraud. So they had this high school that go and they play the game against one of the best high schools in the nation. They lose 58-0, and they think, well, this is weird. And it turns out that not only is this a brand new program that nobody's ever heard of, there's no D1 commits. Not only that, but the team also played a game 2 days prior, which, if you've ever played football, is absolutely dangerous, especially for teenagers. But then they find out that a number of the players on the team were actually JUCO players who pretended to be high school players to play in this game featured on ESPN.
Is that junior college? Is that what JUCO?
Yeah, sorry, junior college. So like a community college, junior college.
Why
indeed?
Why did
money? They get a lot of money. The school gets a lot of money for being featured on ESPN for these games.
Oh, I see. So it's one of those for-profit deals.
Yeah. Are you trying to tell me that the guy who was had a active warrant out for fraud was trying to take more money from people?
Was his name Victor by any chance?
I believe it was.
To be honest, with that type of background and to be able to pull off that with ESPN, he should become a television producer.
Hey-o. Well, honestly, this sounds like the four of us need to sit down and write this into a movie. It sounds amazing.
He's connected to Victor in some way.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Follow the money and the tiger. Were they the Tigers? Was the team the Tigers?
No, they were like the.
That's not my team. That's not my school.
He's not my team. His wife was the homecoming queen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they actually, I just went to the high school's website, and it literally just says our site is coming soon. Oh boy,
I can't wait for the yearbook photos. They're all just these mug shots.
Chris, I'm curious. Chris, you love fall so much. So is football your favorite thing, or is it just because you're excited about Christmas?
Yeah. Basketball is my favorite sport. I cannot get into football, but if football was like Santa Claus running down, I would totally be into it. I can't get into it. I don't know why. It just doesn't appeal. Do you like football?
I like watching sports, but I don't really get interested till the very end of the finals and like the playoffs and the championship games. Those are fun to watch to me. But prior to that, I feel like most of especially professional sports, they've watered the season down so much. Most of the games don't really have any bearing on who the champion is. So it's hard for me to watch most of it. Anyway.
Oh, Brian, what?
In the future, don't ever ask Mike a football question or a sports question during the sports season, because he will say, it's all stupid.
It is.
Here's the deal. And then you get a lecture on how sports isn't important.
I've always said
right.
how it's funny to me how people root for, like they're so adamant about their team.
Mhm.
But if you really break down what their team really is and means, I love this one company that exists that owns a team that's got my city's name in it.
Well, it's like that old Jerry Seinfeld bit about I like this guy. He put on a different costume. Now I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Listen. Here's if you just think about it in this way, Mike, I think you'll like sports a lot better. Sports is there. It gives us like 4 hours to not think of our impending doom. And it's like comedy. It gets us just a little bit closer to death without realizing that we're much closer.
I like sports. I don't like. The only issue I have is people that get way wrapped up in it. Like it'll ruin their day if their quote unquote their team does poorly. And I also don't have 4 hours to waste every day. I got too many things to do.
If you guys want to really just have a conversation with Mike about this, I would suggest painting your face the color of your favorite team. And the more emotional you can be about a win or a loss to him would be best to drive your point home.
Yeah.
I think hopefully with the three of us should show up with no shirts on, and we should paint our chest and then like say like Mike on it or something.
Yeah, we got to spell out. Yeah, there's enough of us for that one.
MIKE. Well, but Mike has to be involved on that one.
True. He won't thoroughly.
Well, I'm big. I could be a K and an E if you want me to.
Yeah. I could probably be an M and an I. I could do that.
So we had a sad celebrity death this last week.
Yeah.
Brian, you want to talk about that?
Well, most of them I know you guys get happy about, but this one. Yes, Ed Asner died at 91. You may remember him from Mike. You might remember him from Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I do.
I remember him from Lou Grant, and the boys down below there remember him from Up.
Yep, that's true.
Mr. Fredrickson. Yeah.
Well, in Elf, he was an elf.
In Elf, he was Santa Claus. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Now Chris is like, yeah, I remember him. Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah, now I'm sad. No one else can be the real Santa now.
All these celebrities, they tend to share too much of their own political opinions, and he was one of them. I wasn't a real big fan of his opinions, but he really made a big mark on television and entertainment. He was around for a long time and did a lot of big things.
Most recently too, Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he was Johnny's strange stepfather.
Yeah, kind of a real big jerk.
You know what I love about Ed Asner is and it's pretty much encompassed in the Lou Grant character on Mary Tyler Moore, was the gruff guy who had that heart of gold underneath him once you finally got through the exterior. All right, kind of thing. So I think he played that well. And I with his passing, I think this obviously came to my mind first of all, and you guys can chime in on this, but who would win in a fight between Ernest Borgnine and Ed Asner? I mean, everyone's thinking it.
Ernest Borgnine would win. He was in the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah,
he would win.
Which trumps everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know how long you have to hold your breath and swim?
I don't know, but Ed Asner, I think, is a little bit he's a little smart. He's a little crafty, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing: Ed Asner. If you look at their movies, Ed Asner was in a lot of Christmas movies, a lot of that upbeat sort of things. Ernest Borgnine was in a lot of war movies. So I'm gonna go with Ernest Borgnine on this one because I think that he has the skill.
Ernest Borgnine, for the record, was Mermaid Man. So
yeah, obviously
he's got some superhero in him. So
Chris,
do you know
who they're talking about?
I would like to side with the correct person. So Ed Asner, as great as you would think, he's no competition to Ernest the Borgnine.
Mm-hmm.
He's done everything at this point. He was Mermaid Man, like you said. Mm-hmm. He was in Poseidon, of course. I mean, who doesn't know who that guy is?
Well, he's Poseidon. Dirty Dozen, McHale's Navy.
McHale's Navy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a great one.
Classic.
He
was even in McHale's Navy, the movie with Tom Arnold.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
going
he
to
won an
pause.
Oscar or something too for
All right.
for that, but something before that.
I believe this is a full-on coup that you guys send each other a fake name and then you're making up movies.
Wait, now was the movie McHale's Navy? I thought that was Kelsey Grammer, not Tom Arnold.
No, because Borgnine showed up as the admiral.
I'm Googling it.
Okay.
At the end.
Yeah, I still remember Tom Arnold. I remember Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, you're thinking that sub movie.
Yeah.
No, McHale's Navy was the PT boats.
Oh, I was thinking down Periscope is the one I think.
Yeah, Down Periscope, which is a brilliant movie, by the way, and nobody related to the story is connected to that at the moment. But Ernest Borgnine is not a name I would just make up.
No.
Yeah, my favorite part of Ernest Borgnine is that he has a relaxed voice and a gap-toothed Cheshire cat grin.
Straight from Wikipedia.
If David Letterman were a man.
If David Letterman could beat up Ed Asner, this is what he'd look like.
You want a rumble?
Let's do it. So guys, we need to give our obligatory 2 or 3 minutes toward the Marvel world, or the Marvel universe. So Shang-Chi, there's no way to say that name without sounding racist, by the way. Shang-Chi.
Well,
and the Legend of the Ten Rings opens Friday. Say, Chris, say that name without sounding like you're being racist and making fun of their language.
I'm a millennial. That's very easy. It's Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings open Friday. All right.
Yeah, you bury it. You bury it.
You had to bury it. Yeah. I'm very excited. Did you guys watch Kim's Convenience, which the lead actor was on?
No,
I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic TV show. It's on Netflix. It's Canadian, and it's about a Korean family who have a little convenience store. Fantastic. I was super excited to hear him get this opportunity because he seems like a nice enough fella.
I will. Let me just tell you right now that my friend, when I grew up, my friend Conley, they had their own Korean store, and it was not hilarious at all.
The real comedy from that show comes from the father, the owner of the store, and his racism. I know that sounds wrong, but he hates other Asian groups. He hates. There's a lot of things he does in an effort to get more business, but also exposes his politically incorrect views of a lot of groups of people.
But just like all good TV shows, he does grow as a character.
Yeah.
If we learn anything from Breaking Bad. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that that's an indicator of a good TV show.
Well, change is what
I think it ruined the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, you remember when Greg started making meth?
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
It's right before Cousin Oliver showed up. Anyway, that's where the show went south. So, is everybody excited about seeing Shang-Chi?
I am.
I saw the trailer for it, and I thought that looks really cool.
So I saw one review that said halfway through the movie, I forgot I was watching a Marvel movie.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think that's good.
Yeah,
if that's a good review, that's kind of a slap to Marvel, right?
No, it's like saying this is a movie up and above beyond the title of whatever it is. It's a good movie. Period. That's how I read it.
Oh,
this was so good. I forgot it was from Marvel.
Yeah,
that's how I heard it.
Well, what was that movie with Wolverine? Was it Logan, where he's old and he's like, and I was like, that did not feel like a Marvel movie.
It didn't feel like a superhero movie, really.
Yeah,
just felt like the journey of this guy, the end of his life, is what it felt like. Oh, spoiler!
Yeah, it was a real Ernest Borgnine of a movie, if you know what I'm saying.
Ernest Borgnine, as we all know, was the original Wolverine in our minds and our hearts.
Yeah, of course.
He was Poseidon. He was a merman. He was Wolverine. Yeah, I'm super excited. I think I'm probably gonna go watch it. It was the opening day was on a very specific day for us as a group, and so I did not make plans on going to watch it, and so now I have to. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about now. Okay. It's a sad week for me.
Everybody else is like, what's happening? Everybody thinks there's drama. There's no drama.
There's no drama. If only that there was like some sort of Christmas miracle that could help us out of this situation.
Which one of us is a Kris Kringle?
Which one of us?
I can help you. Would you be interested in some candy corn or some half-eaten pumpkin cookie? Or if I may help with the biggest miracle of all, 100% maple cream cookies.
And if you think it sounds disgusting to reach into a box of 100% maple, you'd be right.
I imagine just like it's like comes.
So there's a lot of these superheroes I haven't heard of, but most of them I've heard of in some way or another. Shang-Chi is not one I've heard of, so I'm assuming it's a newer one.
No,
by newer I mean since the 70s. So what's the story? How's he tie into the universe?
So his father is the son of Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he doesn't know that he doesn't know that he comes from this family lineage of evil. And then he finally discovers it and decides that he's going to be good.
Well,
in a nutshell.
And something that you may not know, and honestly, this is just coming from off the top of my head from what I remember, but martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. And the release date is September 3rd, 2021.
Okay.
I feel like you're making that up.
Off the top of my head.
Actually, and now I just looked at it. Turns out, Mike, that this came out in 1973 was the first comic book. So
that was the first time he appeared.
That was the first time he appeared. So which means that Mike should know.
83 is when they actually launched the comic book, because I remember actually I started reading that comic when I was a kid, which was just called Master of Kung Fu. Because they, if you put Shang-Chi out there, guys like Mike wouldn't have read it. Because they would have said, I can't even say this to the guy I'm buying it from because he might think I'm racist. So that's why Mike got kicked out of that Korean.
How much is this? I need some change for Ching.
Okay, see, now you've gone too far.
Your camp.
I hope that you never run for office, because that's gonna take it away.
There's so many other things that would preclude me from running for office.
You know what? that comment right there, Mike, you will not be hosting Jeopardy.
You've kind of sadly you've limited your careers at this point.
I am simply making a commentary on the fact that it would be racist.
You just got Michael Richards.
I have been watching Black Widow, by the way, which is another Marvel. Marvel. I liked it. I guess it did not get great reviews or something, but I thought it was pretty fun to watch.
I think overall it got pretty good reviews.
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, I don't know if you guys remember, but movies are entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm on board with you, Brian. There, although you know how I feel about rules. You have to follow the rule of that movie. The rule can be that everybody's feet stick to the ceiling. That's fine, but that's the rule. Then you can't change it.
And again, this is why Mike hates sports. Ever since they brought back the time machine. What's it called? Instant replay. Yeah. So once you introduce a time machine, it's all out the window. It's true.
It's one of the reasons I hate basketball is because, that's traveling today. No, tomorrow in this game it's not, but that game it is. It's ridiculous.
You're allowed 4 steps now before you dunk.
Actually, I think LeBron James he can do 13. I think that's what they counted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Easily.
So,
and that's in the league. That's not just Space Jam.
No. Yeah, that's in an actual game. I think it might have been a postseason game as well.
Yeah,
I think it depends on. But Bol, they called him traveling, and he took like 1 step. Of course, he's like 8 feet tall, but
true.
Anyways, let's talk basketball some other time without Mike.
Yeah, I agree. You can talk about basketball and soccer and other sports that rely fully on the ability of the athlete to act like they're hurt. You can talk about all those sports later.
You guys can join us on Sunday mornings on the Morning Dribble. It'll be the 3 of us. By the way, if you do tune into that show, Chris will be dressed as a basketball.
Yes.
Just add some lines to his shirt.
It's essentially the same shirt, just with some black
lines.
On it.
Honestly, I wouldn't put that past us. I feel like one day we will be having a sports show that somehow we got, but yet every morning we're just making stuff up. Like we're reading as quick as we can. And then we're like, did you guys see the women's soccer team? And then we don't know anything. We just make it up.
Oh, well, actually, I was about to say that women's soccer is the best sport out there.
Disagree.
That's my actual belief. It is probably the most brutal sport that anyone. If you watch men's soccer, like they fall down, they scream, they cry. Yeah. I watched a women's soccer match. This woman grabbed another woman by her ponytail and then punched her in the nose. The ref didn't call it. The other lady got up. Her nose was bleeding and swollen, and then she just kept on going.
Jeez.
Huh.
She swallowed her nose?
Yeah, that's the real sport right there. Women's soccer.
I feel like when we said we're not going to talk any more sports today is a lot like when my wife says, anyway, that's it, other than, and then we start a whole nother conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else have you been watching on television, you guys? I watched Black Widow. I watched Tombstone again I haven't seen it in forever, but I don't know why I decided to watch. I know I watched it because I was watching the documentary Val about Val Kilmer, and I thought I want to watch Tombstone again because he was such a great Doc Holliday.
That's going to be my follow-up question. Did you watch it for Val Kilmer or did you watch it for Kurt Russell? Because that's the only reason.
I actually watched
a good movie,
but Val Kilmer. I watched it for that because his Doc Holliday was so great.
Yeah.
But you're right. Kurt Russell was great.
No, stop it. Sorry, I love my dogs.
That's weird.
I'm watching a brand new show that just came out. You guys will love it. Mike and I got so into it. It's called Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. And it's fantastic. Did you guys see this?
No.
Yeah. I didn't. I knew it was coming out, and I want to see it. How many episodes are out so far?
They did a 3-episode premiere, and you have to watch all 3 episodes. It is, when I say good, I'm so glad to see Steve Martin, whom I love, do something new, and it's not terrible. I didn't think it would be, but it's really, really good.
I assume
What's
it's a comedy.
Is it on Hulu? What's it on?
Yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah, it's a comedy mystery, kind of like a murder mystery feel, but yeah, it's very good. Yeah. That's all I'll say.
Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, and they try to solve the mystery of a murder that happened in their apartment building, and it's wonderful.
I'll ask my question again. Is it on Hulu?
Yes, we said yes. Sorry, Brian.
Was that yes? Okay.
Yes, it is on Hulu.
It got buried under Shang-Chi and the 10 silver dollars.
So Brian, let me ask you this: if it's a comedy and it's got Steve Martin, I'm all in. I can't think of one comedy that Steve Martin's done that I didn't like. There's a lot of Steve Martin movies I don't like, but none of them were comedies. Can you think of a bad Steve Martin comedy, Brian?
The only one to be honest, it's not even a comedy that I never saw, I never got around to, was Pennies from Heaven. But other than that, I think I've seen every Steve Martin movie.
Have you seen
But the question is, did you see any comedies that you didn't like of his?
No.
Every time he's done a comedy, I've loved it, and that's why I always am.
I will say,
like Michael Keaton, the same way.
I'm very the Pink Panther ones were a little weird for me.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
I'm a huge Peter Sellers fan, and to redo any Sellers, I think, is very difficult. Steve Martin's own twist, I get it. I mean, he's funny, but I don't think the movies were that great. I can watch Steve Martin read the phone book, but that one was a little.
You're right. That
was rough, but I still love the man. So,
what are you watching, Brian, on television?
Well, my wife broke the remote, and this is an ongoing thing. Our 5 didn't work on the remote.
I remember that. You mentioned that before.
And so the 5 didn't work, and to the point where she just got home. She was in Indiana for a week, and she came home, and the 5 didn't work. And so
if you wanted to go to like 104 or 105, you'd have to go to 104 and then press up.
Yes, that's how it works. But she broke it so much that it doesn't work at all. Like at all. It's dead.
I just wish that there was some way you could order a new one or go out and buy a new one.
Yeah. I want to know how you know she broke it.
We're in the 3 to 5 day waiting period right now because they won't just bring it over. So we're waiting. And so in the meantime, thankfully I have YouTube TV. So at least I can.
How do you know Carrie is the one that broke it? And when it stopped working, how do you know? Well, that's because you did this.
She slammed it down. She told me.
Oh, was she watching something that made her
If you
upset?
think this is the first thing she's broken out of anger, then you are completely wrong.
No, I get it. I just
It's
I
that
think that's the
it's-
story more than it's broken, how it broke.
Usually she breaks Brian's willpower first, and then she goes to physical things.
just so you guys kind of understand, I saw her take a cell phone one day and hit it so hard that she actually dented the vehicle. Like, you know where the door frames are? Like where the reinforcement is done? She dented that with her cell phone because she was mad at her cell phone.
Well,
Wow.
I probably shouldn't talk about
I feel like
this.
the cell phone's just the
where she
I
will
feel like
say,
the cell phone's just the messenger. She shouldn't get mad at the cell
yeah,
phone.
well, we had a long talk last night about, like, you ever think you should, I don't know, not get so mad? And she goes, no.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we'll
And
just keep buying new stuff. So currently, yeah, I'm not really watching much at the moment.
Josh, I know you've been watching Ted Lasso. I've watched all of it. I keep waiting for the next episodes, and it's great show.
It's so good.
A couple little things I don't like, but overall, it's so great. It's almost therapeutic watching it. It's like,
Yeah. It's
zen.
just so nice to have a show that just is happy.
Yeah, and it highlights a guy who's good and good natured and doesn't have ulterior motives of evil or anything else.
And it's so good. And if you have, so I didn't watch it before because I'm not going to pay for Apple TV. But turns out that if you have T-Mobile, you get it for free. And so then that's what I did.
Well, I highly recommend it. If you don't have it, get Apple TV free month.
Yeah, or just get Mike's
watch it all.
password. He'll give it to you for free. Just let him know. He'll take care of it.
Let me throw that up on screen real quick. Oh wait, that's not it. Hold on. Anyway,
Nerd alert. Love it.
So
Yeah,
of course,
What do you guys want to do today?
Chris is watching the Maple Channel.
yeah.
Right.
Well, have you seen this one? I'm super worried about this one because Gene Simmons
Yeah.
has COVID.
Yeah. So last week, Paul Stanley had COVID,
I wonder if Gene Simmons got it.
and then they canceled. And then, Gene this week now has it.
Mhm.
And so some more dates have been canceled. So, I mean, where does this go? Are we going to have to bring back Ace Frehley and
I feel like Gene Simmons can't just simply wear a mask. I mean, he's got a 73-foot reach with his tongue. He can infect a lot of people.
Yeah, he just like it flops down like a dog. I mean, that's how he drinks water. Is he like like that?
You're not safe unless you're like 25 rows back. Pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
And again, this is part of Kiss's which retirement crew.
Yeah, which one of
Concert
their
series?
farewell we're done tours is this? Yeah.
We're playing this for the last time. We mean it this time.
It's gonna happen. You don't know.
So, any guesses on which doctor Gene Simmons sees once he has COVID?
Dr. Love.
That's correct, Brian.
Thank
10
you.
points to Brian Kohatsu.
Yeah.
I'll take other. Oh, wait a minute. You can't host Jeopardy. Get out of here, Mike.
That's it. What
That's
is
right.
Dr. Love?
That's from last week. Hosting
Yeah.
Job and Jeopardy. Okay. Which is
So-
still going on.
Speaking of things watching, here's a show I never watched, but I know some of you guys have watched is Dancing with the Stars. I've just never watched it. Lori Loughlin, who was in trouble for trying to get her daughter into college on false premises. Her daughter, it's the same daughter, Olivia Jade, that is now going to perform on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's I think it's a smart move in that just get right out there and be known for something different than that as fast as you can. But it's also pretty risky because she's going to get a lot of press that may not be something she wants to have right now.
Let me just go back for a second, though. Okay. So her mom puts up all this money, and they put her on the rowing team, and she, of course, is not a rower, so she's under this false scholarship and everything else. Let me just say this: I don't know much about rowing, but could you not put her in the front of the boat to be the coxswain yelling "stroke, stroke, stroke"? How like
I think you're
that job.
You're underestimating the skill level it takes to yell stroke so many times repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want that job just like I want to be in the passenger seat of NASCAR going left, 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 left straight now, those left.
Hold on, let me check Google again. Yep, left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, scandal could have been avoided, but no. Now here we are, Dancing with the Stars. Mike is working on the PR team apparently. I'm a little surprised. Mike's like this is a good idea. This is a good plan.
I think when I'm always curious when a celebrity gets in trouble or is involved in some scandal through their own fault or not or whatever, how they're going to respond. And sometimes you see people just make the worst mistakes.
Yeah.
Like say President Biden. Anyway, and then you have other people that you think, wow, I don't know. Oh, that turned out to be really good. It's a good thing. Like Pee Wee Herman, he was in a scandal.
Yeah.
He came out on stage.
So what you're saying, Mike, is that
I'll yield the rest of my time to Josh. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mike. I take the floor. So I just want to make sure that you're saying that we feel that President Biden did not he might have had a gaffe. Some would say this past week. You think that he should defend that by going on Dancing with the Stars?
I you know what, I would, except I don't want to diminish the complete disaster he created and the fact that everybody in the country hates him. So I'm not going to say more about it, but I don't want to diminish that fact at all.
Hey. Listen, not everybody hates him, Mike. The Amish don't even get the news. Okay, you can't just say everybody. Okay,
Mike,
listen, I got political.
Mike, I don't know if you're trying for a chance at Jeopardy now, but I think I think that's it now. I think you're done. No more chances at Jeopardy. You tried. You really did try.
I tried. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man. Yeah. Speaking of Jeopardy, have you guys seen this guy? Have you seen? Jeopardy? You seen this? You seen him?
The new Jeopardy guy.
Is it? So I guess Mayim Bialik is she's gonna be for now she's the host for all of it while they look for another less competent person to pay more money.
So welcome LeVar Burton.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think LeVar Burton would have been great. I don't know why they don't just jump right on that.
Fans want him and he did a good job, so
and maybe he's not interested, or maybe he's asking for a lot of money now.
No, he's interested. So here's what happened. This is the big lowdown. What happened was Michael Richards and another guy. They were the two that were tasked with finding a new host for Jeopardy. And then Michael Richards said, "Wow, you know who's be a great host for this show and make millions of dollars a year? Me." And then he pretty much immediately just put himself into the spot, and they didn't consider anyone else as a host, and it was just a big ruse. And so now he's out as executive producer, and now no.
And let me back up by saying it's Mike Richards, not Michael Richards Kramer of Seinfeld.
I literally was imagining Kramer.
Who got in
like. He slides into the stage. Okay, let's keep going. And he's just wow.
This woman's known for having a bewitching personality. Who is Elizabeth McGovern? You got the board. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Netflix, or I'm sorry, speaking of Seinfeld, they are October 1st, Netflix. They will be on Netflix exclusively. Did you guys already say that?
No.
I would like to know for each of you, what is your single favorite Seinfeld episode? Don't say, well, it's between this. Just one. Choose one single favorite episode.
Moops.
Which one?
What's it, Brian?
Moops.
Oh,
it's the Moors. Nope. Moops. Bubble Boy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Bubble Boy is great.
I think mine was Mulva.
Oh yeah,
it just cracked me up because the reveal at the end was so like
Yeah.
My favorite is Soup Nazi. I feel like it's just like it's the best episode I think I've ever seen.
It's a good one.
It's a great one.
Josh?
The JFK one though with Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
There's so many, but it is very tough. Very
Josh?
tough to.
I think mine is it's shrinkage. It's shrinkage.
Oh, the trip to
The Hamptons or whatever, the swimsuit, the swim. Yeah.
that had a lot of interesting. Brian's got a tie into that episode.
Oh, the
Brian
Hamptons.
The baby's father.
was the swim trunks.
I played the swim trunks. You got to see the baby.
Yeah,
I hung out with the father.
Wow.
the father
Got to
of the
see
baby.
the baby lady for an entire day.
Wow.
Can't tell the whole story because he was a little weird, but I will say,
Interestingly, I've gone back to look at that, and the number of lines he had to memorize was staggering, Brian.
yeah, it's staggering, isn't it? I think still, my favorite scene has to be the ocean. But the sea was angry that day, my friend.
Oh yeah, the sea was angry that day.
Wait, is that
Like an old
when
man
they
trying to
released the
return
photo?
soup at a deli
That is a great one where he finds the golf ball in the whale.
in the whale.
Yeah, that's a
And
great
Kramer.
episode.
Well,
What do you
either
do?
way,
A hole in one.
if you're watching this and you're saying, man, I'm hearing all these Seinfeld things, I'd love to watch it again. It's exclusively on Netflix October 1st. So you can watch it. Otherwise, you can watch it on Hulu if you have access to Hulu right now.
I find it amazing, and I know there's so many things that play behind the scenes, and you've got all these different streaming services. But why does Peacock not have Seinfeld?
Netflix paid $500 million to be the exclusive streaming service of it. So I'm sure Peacock was gonna do it, and then they were like $500 million. Okay.
Yeah, if they're offered the money, they're going to take it, and then it's probably going to be how many years is the rights for?
Wow,
I think it's for a few years. It's for quite a few years.
So as soon as they're done, boom, it'll go to Peacock at that point.
Absolutely.
Sure, because they already own it. But I would think they would do something like, well, okay, you can. How about for 200 million, and we still get a show on ours because they'll get a lot more subscribers on Peacock because of it.
True,
Right.
but
I'm
like
thinking about
having
the
it on that-
subscribers they lose because they don't have it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's kind
Right.
of like on that moratorium list where now if you have to have Netflix and if you don't, you'll never see Seinfeld unless you sign up, and then you'll wait. Actually, why not go back into syndication after the fact and make your money again with all your,
But also, the one you were just talking about, what's it called? Peacock. Peacock exclusively has The Office. So, which right now is watched more than the other stuff. So.
Yeah, well, they automatically own a lot of those. So The Office and 30 Rock, a lot of great comedies were from NBC. But that's something I've been not watching, but listening to is there's a audio book. Well, it's a regular book too, but I've been listening to the audio book of Johnny Carson that Henry Bushkin did. That was his lawyer. It's really interesting, all that stuff, and how NBC was able to survive through the lean times and all that. So anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Seinfeld, $500 million for 5 years. They get 5 years at Netflix.
$100 million a year.
Wow.
$100 million a year. That sounds pretty good to me. I'd take that.
It's amazing that show still has the legs that it has. I mean,
and the other thing too, though, is with all of that, the business side of television, Seinfeld owns that show or a big portion of it, so they can't just do what they want. So he has to agree, like, I want the 500 million or whatever. So that's a good part.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that the other actors, they didn't get they don't have large bonuses on the back end. So I think what they got per episode was pretty much what they got.
I don't know if that's true.
They get residuals, but
of course they get residuals, but they're
not principals like Larry David. And
for the DVD release and some of the other stuff, though, I know they did renegotiate a lot of that stuff. So don't cry. Well, Julia Louis-Dreyfus already came from a millionaire family before.
Billionaire. Her dad was a billionaire,
right, when she was born. So I mean, that's not her money, but
that show launched her in a highly successful career of a lot more too. So.
Oh yeah.
By the way, did you guys ever watch The New Adventures of Old Christine?
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's funny. It's a very funny show.
It's very good.
Watched that.
And then,
I watched
course,
Veep.
Oh. Yep.
Veep was one of my favorites.
Veep, amazing.
Veep is amazingly different than The Adventures of Old Christine.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, spread across, those guys are doing fine. I don't feel bad for any of them.
Oh, I was just looking it up. Apparently the poorest of all of them is Michael Richards, who only has $30 million. So poor guy.
And look, and that's all. How much more would he have had if he didn't make one mistake? Talk about somebody who got canceled way early.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I think that Michael Richards' best film or TV is Problem Child.
I haven't
Nobody.
seen it.
Nobody. No.
I remember that. I remember that show. I don't remember being very good, and I didn't realize Michael Richards was in it.
have smiley pies. That's never mind. Okay. All right.
Weird Al's movie,
if you're a Problem Child fan listening or watching this, please tell these guys what they're missing out on. A little redhead with a bow tie on who just creates trouble everywhere it goes.
I'm sorry, Brian. What were you saying?
Saying that Michael Richards, I thought in Weird Al Yankovic's UHF was great. Transylvania 65000, he was great.
Wasn't he in Fridays also?
And he was on the TV show Fridays with Larry David. And going back to Problem Child, though, Josh, I will say it's all John Ritter all of the time.
I would agree. Yeah.
Kept it all together.
What's your favorite John Ritter movie show? Three's Company, obviously. But
Rules.
What?
I loved 8 Simple Rules. That was his last sitcom.
Yeah.
What he was in a movie. I can't think of the name of it. It was hilarious though.
Real Men, Marathon.
No, Real Men was good. Real Men was great.
It
was like it was called, what was it? Body Heat or something. What was that? You know what I'm talking about?
Body Heat.
I don't know. It wasn't. It was. I got to look it up now.
Are you talking about Skin Deep?
Skin Deep.
Is that it? The one with
yeah.
Can't talk
That was a
about
really
that
funny
show.
movie.
I think we're officially at old people status. All four of us. Might as well be getting a cup of coffee at a diner. What?
Let me tell you about John Ritter.
You guys remember that TV movie from John Ritter?
We're not even doing a show anymore. We're just talking about movies we remember. That's it.
Yeah.
The whole concept of our show. Welcome. Good morning. If you have a show you've seen before, you can just type it. We'll start talking about it.
Welcome to What's Up with Ernie Borgnine. I'm Ernie Borgnine's grandson, and we're going to talk about my great-grandmother.
I love it.
I'll tell you. Ernest Borgnine,
I think
and Tim Conway, classic.
So this week, does everyone plan on going to watch or watching it on Disney? The Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
I plan on going to the theater.
Me
like
too.
A real person.
I don't
believe I mean, I'm excited to watch it, but none of those I don't jump on right away. So I'm sure I'll watch it in the coming weeks or whatever. Well, it's one of those. If it's going right to the theater, you have to pay on Disney to watch it, right? So I'll wait till it's free.
It may or may not be free on Disney. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll wait till I don't have to pay extra for it.
Yeah. I'm going to use this as a father-son bonding because, one, I know just enough, but my son, for some reason, how do these kids know everything about Marvel in a way that's just like, how do you encompass everything that the internet has in your brain?
Yeah.
I've never watched. There's some stuff I've never seen him watch, and he knows everything about it.
And they have multiple timelines. So how is it possible?
No, but like Star Wars, the Clone Wars, he'll rattle off something. I'm like, I've never even seen you watch Clone Wars. He goes, no, but I watch these. He watches all the little.
YouTube is the Cliff Notes for today.
No, there's like those YouTube videos, and then they'll know everything about it because then they'll explain all this history about it. And then like my 11-year-old will be like, oh yeah, so this happened and that happened. That's why this happened. And like you're not even allowed to watch that. Honestly, it's too violent for you.
What's weird too, though, is I don't know how much they actually enjoy it. You know what I mean? Versus watching it and experiencing it. So usually when I yell, go to bed, that's probably what he's watching. So,
hey, you guys, we need to wrap up here. But before we do, I want to make sure that we talk about our show in Kansas. If you go to generationallyfunny.com, you can get tickets. So please check that out. That's our next show on the tour coming up here in just a couple weeks.
What's the date and where is it exactly, Mike? Could you fill that information in for us?
I'm sorry, what?
Kansas. Where in Kansas exactly?
It's near Wichita. I don't know the.
It's Augusta, Kansas, and it's
Augusta,
the historical Augusta Theater. So super cool.
So we're pretty high class.
Yeah.
I think there's carpeting in parts of it. So.
Oh, for sure.
From what I saw, it looks actually pretty nice.
There's rumors. I'm not going to say that it's true or not, but there is rumors that Chip and Joanna Gaines have seen the Facebook page. So, and and they may or may not have thought of things to upgrade.
Wrapping up now.
Pleasure to hang out with you. Thank you.
So, hey, it's early in the morning, guys. Go grab a pumpkin spice.
Yes.
And think of Chris when you do it.
Please do.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for. By the way, if you're recording this and selling it on the black market, that's fine too. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Morning.
Adios.